Hey everyone, Viper here today with another specialized section guide for Beyond the Wire. This time, I'm taking a look at the sniper section and how to cause precision havoc to the other team. If you're looking how to do sweet 360 no-scopes and become an elite gamer, unfortunately, I won't be able to help you, but I do encourage you to follow your dreams and create some sweet montages. If you haven't played this section, it can be difficult to figure out how you can be the most useful besides racking up long-distance kills. Marksmen are infamous in games like Squad for being mostly useless unless played right. Even if you've played this section, I encourage you to watch the video and leave a comment down below if you have any other advice. If you haven't already, check out my other guides I've linked at the end of this video because there will be concepts we cover you'll need to know how to do. Keep in mind, this is still an early access game, so things I say here might change before the full game release next year. But before we get into it, I make videos here on my channel and stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Gaming. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please consider giving me a sub or a follow on any platforms you prefer. The more support, the more the channel will grow. The sniper section varies by faction and the year, but a standard sniper section consists of the section leader and one sniper. On certain faction layers, a single sniper might even be in a full squad of 9 or a sniper squad of 3. In any case, those are the exceptions to the rule, and in a two-man squad, you both are generally equipped with sniper rifles, which is usually the standard faction rifle with a scope. To create the section, find the one with a target symbol and hit create. Keep in mind, this section is usually one of the first to be created because everyone wants it, so you'll need to be quick on the draw if you intend on running one. To reiterate, only do so if you have section leader experience or watched my section leader guide. Put simply, a sniper section's main job is to cause targeted harassment to enemy spawn points, enemy emplacements, and even help play objectives when it makes sense. You're extremely mobile, don't create much attention unless you want to, and you're able to deliver accurate fire with your rifle and scope. Since you're nimble, you can sneak behind the action and place down a rally somewhere discreet. Obviously, it's easier to do this on maps with a lot of cover, but you always want to make it easy to cause trouble for the enemy. Before spawn points were updated to their current version, it used to be a lot easier to take them down. You would just need to walk close by, and that would get rid of them. Now you'll need to drop a grenade or dig down the rally itself to destroy it. Alternatively, you can be near one and prevent enemies from spawning in. Of course, if you don't feel like you can safely get to rallies to take them out, feel free to sit back and pick off players as they spawn in. They'll be just as frustrated, but be prepared for them to come looking for you if you do. Side note, when MP-18s come hunting for you, your heart rate goes up a bit. Artillery and MG emplacements are a different story. You don't necessarily need to get up close and personal with them, but you will have a good shot on them from a distance depending on the emplacement. You'll also learn the best angles to take out enemies manning them. For example, with the German Feldkannon, there's a small viewport you can try to land shots in, which will kill or injure the gunner from the front if you can't get to the side or behind. MGs are a bit more exposed, and you'll be able to snipe them with their open viewport. Snipers are a small section, so they can't be in the real heat of the action and provide as much firepower as a full squad, but they can make a difference on the edges of combat and frustrate teams. For example, if there are a couple capture areas on the edge of a frontline sector, those are ripe to be quickly taken by a small sniper team. Those 2 points can be the difference between your team accumulating points and the enemy team accumulating points, so it's worth it to take a detour and capture them and help out your team before you head behind their lines. Sniper positioning, as with all other specialized roles, makes a major difference in how you perform. Ideally, you put yourself behind or to the side of enemies as they move towards objectives and pick them off. Enemies will be able to see the glint of your sniper scope if they're facing you and you're facing them, so keep that in mind. Also, be prepared to reposition if you're spotted. If an enemy sees you, it's likely they reported your position to the rest of their squad, and they'll start hunting you. You can't take on a whole squad by yourself, so the best thing you can do is move somewhere else and lay low for a second. Finally, when deciding where to set up, make sure your outline isn't too exposed. For example, if you poke your head over a crater, you might have a great sightline, but your head is now visible to anyone who you can see. The best thing you can do is use the environment around you like destroyed objects, brush, or blown out buildings to help conceal yourself and limit the angles you can be taken down from. Look at this side by side of 2 snipers. One is using the cover of the area around him to limit their exposure and hostile angles. The other isn't taking as much precaution at all. You should be able to see the difference immediately between the two. I emphasize the importance of this in each of my guides, so I probably sound like a broken record by now, but proper communication makes the difference between winning and losing a match. Since there are usually like 2 of you, Constant in-section communication and direction of where enemy rallies and enemies are will help you succeed. Knowledge is power in this case and can only help you both succeed if you're calling out when you see enemies, enemy spawn points, and emplacements. I go over my new player guide, Communication Best Practices, so I encourage you to check that out if you're new to the game. Sniper section leaders are in the best position to communicate enemy troop movements to your own team and put down support marks for your commander to call in support. Normal section leaders are on the front lines and might have some trouble putting down marks for support, but sniper section leaders will have a great sightline to clusters of enemies and ripe support targets if they're behind the action. Think of sniper elements as the killer surgeons of the battlefield. You play the section right, the enemy team will always be on their back foot scrambling to put down spawn points, and artillery and MG sections will be constantly frustrated. At the end of the match, your kill count will be higher than normal, but you should also feel accomplished you helped your team win and helped keep the enemy off the objectives. Thanks for watching, and this will probably be my last Beyond the Wire section guide until Operation 4 comes out. The only sections I have left to do are engineers, which are currently still being fleshed out and awaiting some more deployables and tweaks, and finally the tanks section, which I'm sure everyone is super excited for. I know I am, but keep an eye out for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.